One of the most frequently asked questions I receive is, should I be using ChatGPT? Great question. Here's the answer. Yes, you should be using it for the right stuff, not for everything. There's some specific reasons for it. So some of you were asking, what in the world's ChatGPT? ChatGPT is a new AI tool that's just come out. Just Google it. You'll get a chance to play with it. It writes content is basically what it does. It writes stuff. You ask it a question, it writes back an answer. And you can ask it to write it in different styles. You can ask it to give you a list. You can ask it to give you a YouTube video script. You can ask it to give you ideas. You can ask it to do all kinds of things. It's absolutely amazing. It is the best ever we've ever seen at having writing actually sound like real live humans. We've never seen anything that's done as good a job at sounding human than ChatGPT right now. Now, there are all kinds of things that you can use it for. I started just a minute ago giving you some ideas. Right now, it's free, but be aware, it will be paid in the future. So, ChatGPT, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you 5 things that it's perfect for, 3 things that I caution you not to use it, and 4 reasons to be careful about using it everywhere, okay? So, first thing, it's perfect for, 1, ideas. Ask it for ideas about things. So, for example, give me 5 ideas about an article that I should write an article about this subject. And it'll give you a list of 5 ideas. And then if those were good, say, can you give me more? And it'll give you more. So anytime you get a good set of results from ChatGPT, don't hesitate to ask for more because it can give you more on that same subject. You can also do things like there's a button that you can click that'll go back out and rewrite it again in different words. And you can ask for it to do it in different styles and different kinds of things, all kinds of things. Number 2, it's really good at summarizing things like, for example, maybe you ask it to, hey, summarize this in 150 words. So you say, summarize this in 150 words, and then you paste the content all in one thing. So you've got this question bar, you write it, and then you put that all in, and then you hit return, and it'll go out and it'll come back with a really good summary of those 150 words. It's like magic. Really, it's very cool. So you can use that to, let's say you've got an article that you've written and you want to summarize it to put in an email or something like that, you can literally do this. Another great way to do this is take your web page, put it up there and say, summarize this in 150 characters. And it'll give you a pretty good meta description that you can put in your meta description area. Number 3, how-to instructions. So if you've got something that is fairly generic, like how to cook pasta, something like that, you can ask for give me step-by-step how-to instructions, and it'll just give you this, it'll just write it out. And literally, it is really good. And you can use that as is in many cases, with the exception of don't post it as content for SEO purposes. Okay, we'll talk more about that in just a moment. Number 4, email copy if you're writing fairly generic email copy. So we're going to talk in a minute about it's really bad at picking up your unique verse. It genericizes everything, but it can be a good source to start off your email copy as you do things. You can even say something like, give this to me in a problem solution kind of format. And it'll go back and rewrite this exact same thing saying, hey, the problem is this, and here's the solution. It's really smart at this stuff. Number 5, giving you a start. This is my favorite thing here is if you go in and you say, give me a start. Oh, I forgot to bring up something. Number 6, I'm going to give you a bonus thing. So giving you a start on something, and then you take that, put it off to the side, and rewrite it again in your words is a great way to use ChatGPT. Number 6 is outline this. So give me an outline for an article on blank, and it'll give you bullet points that you can use as the outline to write that particular article. It's really, really good at that. Now, there are 3 things I strongly suggest you don't use ChatGPT for. Number 1, anything that is going to go up that you want the search engines to send traffic to. So here's what happens. Google is really good at AI. They're really good at telling when something is written with AI, and they hate ChatGPT. They hate other people writing with AI. Think about this for just a moment. In a moment, we're going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages. Basically, what AI does is it summarizes the content that's out there. And think about this. If Google allowed AI content in, then the first page of Google on anything is going to be a whole list of summaries of everything that is out there. And so what's going to end up happening is nobody will have unique content. Nobody will have anything that adds value to it. All it will be is summaries of everything. And so Google hates that. I guarantee you, Google is looking at ways to identify and punish content that is created through AI. So I would not use it to write your blog post. I would not use it to write your articles. I would not use it to write your homepage. Anything that you want to be found in the search engines, I would not use it to write that. You can maybe use it to start that and then write your own words in your own tone of voice and add your own unique angle, add your own unique information to it. But don't use it as a main tool for that. Number two, anything that requires your voice. It doesn't have the ability of getting Don Crowther's voice. I can go out and I can tell it, I want you to get this in the style of some famous author, and it'll come back with that. But it doesn't know me, and it does not know you. It cannot reproduce your unique voice. And so anything like emails that require your voice, don't use it for that. You can use it as a starter and then go put your voice into it, but don't use it for that. Number three, anything new. So ChatGPT, so anytime you're using AI, what you do is it goes out and it builds this huge database of all this data out there. And that's what it uses as the seed to summarize for all these things. That seed for ChatGPT was developed in 2021. And so everything that is over a year to 2 years old isn't even in there. So if you were to ask it information about the latest, about one of the games in the World Cup series, it's not going to be able to answer those. Now, I haven't tested that, but it shouldn't be able to answer that because its database is old. Now, I'm going to give you 4 things to remember as you are considering whether or not to use ChatGPT for a specific purpose. And by the way, I strongly recommend everyone who is watching this to go get an account, go play with it, and start seeing where it can be valuable to you. I'm not against it. I'm just against using it in certain situations, specifically SEO. So remember, as you're considering whether to use it for a specific purpose or not, number one, it's basically summarizing the information out there. You're not going to get anything new or unique or you out of it. Number two, the reason it does so well at sounding like normal human language is because it's better at plagiarizing normal human language than anything else that we've ever seen out there. Recognize that. There are going to be lawsuits for content produced by GPT. I guarantee it's going to happen. And going into the future, we're going to get that with more AI. Number three, it cannot mimic your unique voice. I've said this 3 or 4 times, but you're not going to get your humor, your way of writing with single sentence paragraphs, your punchy style, those things aren't going to come out of this. All right. Now, there are ways that you can ask it to mimic somebody else's style who's somewhat similar to yours that is famous, and you might get close, but you're not going to get it directly. And number 4, Google hates it, as I said. And so you don't use it for anything you want to get to show up in the search engines. Now, I, again, strongly suggest you use it, but use it wisely. And finally, here's the key. Pay attention, because there's good stuff coming. The world of AI is revolutionizing the world right now. Their ChatGPT is based off of certain technologies. There's been one increment that's happened since ChatGPT came out, and there's another increment called GPT-4 that's coming. We don't know exactly when, probably 3 to 6 months from now, is coming down the road. That has huge promise to be even much better than what we're seeing right now. So this is really good. It's going to get better. Just make sure you use it in the right places and the right ways. What have you discovered as you've tried it that you would like to share with the rest of us? Let me know in the chat. This is Don Crowther saying, just go do this stuff.